An appeal to the Supreme Court. Psalms chapter 94. When the wicked prosper. When we face problems and conflicts in our lives, we want to take control and make things happen. What we need to do is realize that vengeance belongs to Father. Psalms chapter 94 verse 1. He is the mighty judge of the earth. Did you guys hear that? Let me say that again. He is the mighty judge of the earth. We should be judging people. We should help brothers know that their ways are leading down wicked paths. We can do that, but we have to do that gently. But the only person that can judge of the earth is Father. Vengeance belongs to Father. Got a lot of discord happening on Discord. Who will render punishment to the proud? Verse 2. If you notice someone's walking around proud and ego, don't point it out. Their halo will hang them. Their time will come. They're going to hit rock bottom. We all have. The wicked prosper and the blasphemous boast. The blasphemers boast. Oh, so if you hear someone blaspheming or boasting, it said the wicked prosper and the blasphemers boast. They utter speech and speak insulting things. All the work of iniquity boast in themselves. Verse 4. That's Father, that's what I keep saying. You know, we all got this dream car or dream house or whatever you want to look at it. I look at it like my dream car, a Bugatti. I would love to just have that song on. I woke up in a Bugatti. I would sleep in my Bugatti. I would travel and camp in my Bugatti. All I want is a Bugatti. That is a nice car. Regardless of what anyone thinks, I like that car. And I'm not a car person or a truck person or anything, but that car, for some reason, that's how my soul feels. Fast. But yeah, people, so let's just use that term. I got my dream Bugatti. It was freely given to me by Father. He did all the work. He did it all, paid for it, and gave it to me. Now, I got two choices to do in that car. I could drive around that car and be truly humble, or I could drive in that car and be very egotistic and laugh at people and mock people because they didn't get it. No, I'm going to be humble. And if I walk in and it's like, hey man, you want to test drive this Bugatti? You might want one. So they test drive the Bugatti. Who knows? In the end, I planted some seeds. One day he might end up with his Bugatti and show up and be like, man, thank you so much for just shining the light and making me, helping me understand the love of Father. And your teachings are so different. Where'd you get this knowledge? This wisdom? And it's like even Christ's disciples got that. Where'd you come up with? Where are you getting this stuff from? How are you understanding it and I'm not? And you're younger and I'm older. And I have more life experience. Well, it's not about life. It's the darkness you walked. How often we have seen them on the evening news. During gay rights parades, shameless men and women shouting to the world that their perverted lifestyle is wonderful. They neglect what Father has to say about it. You know, I'll continue this, but I love my brothers that are that do things like that. I still love them. I met a lot of good men, couples that were men, women, and they were so giving and so full of charity. But like the word says, if they don't have Father, and I know people go, I've seen them at church, I see them, it's something I don't understand. So all I can do is love them. I don't know what made them go that way. I was sexually molested multiple times. But no, I was a mama's boy. I had a very feminine way of thinking, and I'm very emotional, like sensitive, and I think that's because I'm a Cancer, and Cancers know feelings deep, and that's what lives in us, our feelings, not emotions. Emotions are like fast food. Feelings are like homemade cooked dinners. Those are the ones you enjoy, or you hold on to the most, like, man, that homemade dinner. But I'm rambling on. But I don't have any hatred towards anyone or their lifestyle. I don't understand what made them go that way. I don't understand any of that. But I know we all have good intentions, because Father made us all perfectly in His eyes. So I don't know. That's something I can't answer. You gotta take that to Father, but that just doesn't feel right in agape love. Nature is nothing but love. So how can you judge? See Romans chapter 1, verse 24, verse 28. Those who support abortions claim that a woman's right to choose is greater than the life of an unwanted tissue. They neglect what Father has to say about life in the womb. Isaiah chapter 44, verse 2. When our system of justice seems to abandon all standards of morality, where does Christian make his appeal? Where does a Christian make his appeal? Appeal to the high court. Blessed is the man whom you instruct, O Lord, and teach out your law, that you may give him rest for the days of adversity. Adversary. Accuser, adversary. Until the pit is dug for the wicked. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Psalms chapter 94, verse 12, 13, and 16. The person who spends time studying Father's Word, praying and worship, can expect Father's help. Verse 17. He answered prayer, and when He takes our anxiety and troubles to Him, He will confront us. Verse 19. He can literally move heaven and earth. Father will not answer prayers until we pray. Though when we face impossible odds, we need to appeal to the real Supreme Court of Heaven. Christians are to make a difference. What is the difference between an atheist who hates Father and a Christian who will not serve Father? None. What is the difference between an atheist who hates Father's Word and the church member who will not read Father's Word? None. What is the difference between an atheist who would never give Father 5 cents and a church member who will not tithe none? The justice system in this country is too often unjust. Between the ambulance chasing attorneys and the unjudging judge, justice to seldom service. If a criminal hits someone on the head with a pipe, he will be out of jail before the injured party leaves the hospital. Children suffer, abused wives suffer, the poor suffer, all because the foundations of righteousness are crumbling. Justice is coming, but the day is coming when all will be set right. I can't wait for that day. That's why I'm just holding back. I'm not justifying myself for nobody or nothing. It's between me and Father. He knows my heart. Man don't know my heart. They will condemn my action. They will raise me on a pedestal. And they will beat me on my way down. But Father, in the end of the day, all that matters is you're face to face with your Maker. Did you please, Father? Did you do something for someone else? Did you show charity anywhere? Did you give someone your time and opened your heart and allowed them to sit in there and rest, to find comfort like Father taught us to do for our brothers and sisters? When we come before the Supreme Court of Heaven, there is no Fifth Amendment, thank goodness. No jury or evidence tampering, no deception, no fraud, no dream team of lawyers in Father's Supreme Court. There is only truth and holiness. The Lord will be the defense and the rock of refugees for the righteous, or he will bring on the wicked their own iniquities and cut them off of their wickedness. So like you see all these people that are embezzling money, doing people wrong for money, robbing people pretty much, gossiping, that's robbing people still. You're seeing them. You're seeing it on the news. You're seeing it in your own communities, in your own circles. People being exposed of doing people wrong and all sorts of stuff, man. That's why we got to confess. We have to confess and ask for forgiveness. Why? Well, Father already loves us regardless. But the whole forgiveness and repentance, that's to help the fellowship. And if you're part of a fellowship, like my fellowship is PLUR, the Grace Fellowship. If you're part of this fellowship, we live by this. And if people are not living by this and they're gossiping about other brothers and sisters in PLUR and name calling and stuff, why are we not going to be surprised that it's going to end up empty? Sin causes division. All because the foundations of righteousness are crumbling. How do we bring PLUR back? The same way it was created, for Father, a place for Father. Are the things you putting in there, eyes and ears, are we supposed to be looking at it? Are there modest women in the music videos you're posting? Is there modest women? Because if you're not posting videos with modesty in it and it has half-naked dressed women, you just created a stumbling block. Like the enemy just had you put that stumbling block right in front of a brother who's suffering with masturbation, who has this obsession for just the sex pleasure, and seeing a woman clapping her butt and shaking her boobs and all that, or a man that's half dressed, and there's women in places that will fall short. And they will masturbate to those videos and music videos, and they have masturbation problems. We got to be careful what we're putting out there, Because we might be like, oh, look at all this symbolism. Well, that's how he got you. That was the bait. Now you just deployed that bait into your temple, or into Plur, and now people that have drinking and smoking problems that are trying to quit show up, and they're like, damn, is it your fault? No. They have a choice now. Now you pretty much, you could, you're not really working really for the devil and setting a snare. You're really testing that person's faith. So if you're posting all these half-naked videos, music videos and stuff, and that young man comes, he has a choice to click it or look past it. He does not have to partake in every piece of cake that is served to him. But anyways, let's get back to this. Will he iniquities cut them off in their wickedness? Verse 12 and 23. Be your defender and refuge, or will he cut you off? Find rest from adversities by following the law of the Supreme Court judge. Adversity is that word. Adversary? Adversity? But yeah, that explained it a lot.